Alright, so what do we have here? We have a Xserve, and as you can hear, it's really, really, really loud. But today we're going to be upgrading it with 32 gigs of fully buffered ECC Ram, DDR2. But first things first is, we have the interface. What we're going to do is, we're just going to shut her down. See how quiet it gets. Shut down. Right down. Much quieter. Okay. Well, let's open it up. First, I'd like to say hey to everyone at our home lab. I plan on posting this to our home lab once I upload it to YouTube, because I know you guys might be interested in my setup. Here's the inside. First of all, let's take the power cables out. So what I got here is a Nvidia, I believe, Geforce 210. This is the original RAM sticks, which are going to be replaced by these. There's 8 RAM slots. There should be 8 sticks here. 2, 4, 6, 8. These are all they're the same brand. It's just that they're different. Came out of different assemblies. So like Dell, HP. Should be fine though. First things first, though, let's take out use RAM, of course. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Easy enough. Okay, here's the old RAM. These are all 1 giggers. Those 4 gigs of RAM in here. Originally from Hynix. But I forgot what brand these are. I believe these are also Hynix. They're just, I don't know, it looks like Micron maybe. Micron RAM. Okay. Let's start installing. Okay. Hopefully they all work. The eBay guy said that they were. All tested, so. Alright, so I got them all installed easily enough. I should go into detail about the specs on this a little bit. So the reason why I do have the Geforce 210 rather than the mezzanine card that was originally in here. The mezzanine card, once you upgrade the operating system in the Xserve to something higher than 10.7, I believe, you have to mod it, and beyond 10.7 doesn't support the mezzanine card drivers wise. So I just took the mezzanine card out and then installed this Nvidia and installed some drivers for it, which worked perfectly. As for specs, there's 2 Xeons in here. I don't know the model offhand, but I'm gonna be wrong. I'm not gonna say exactly. I'll put it in the description. The description for the exact specs. But originally I had 4 gigs. Now it has 32 gigs. Now I'm gonna set up a screen. That's what this big old HDMI cable's for. I'm gonna set up a screen so that I can boot it up and ensure. Also, if anyone wants to help me with this, I would like to have it headless so I don't have to keep plugging it in. But what appears to happen is, if there's no display detected on first boot, the machine doesn't want to use the Nvidia card for some reason. But if I do run it with the screen, it'll just boot up and then I can unplug the screen later and it should be fine. Yada yada yada. Alright, so I'll be back when I have everything set up and I can plug it in. Alright, so we have the screen on, and let's go ahead and boot it up. We'll see how loud it gets, how it ramps up. It gets pretty damn loud. red light there, I'm not sure what that is. That's how she works. Huh, the colors are all off on this.
Something's wrong. Alright, I'm gonna shut it down and see what's what.
I think it's an indicator on which dims are working, and there's two lights, and it doesn't appear that dim is these four are turning on. So I guess we'll see.
Still reading 16 gigs. Something's not right.
Alright, so now as a troubleshooting measure, I took these four out because it appeared these four were the ones that were working. At least I had the red light there. I assume that the red light means that those four slots are currently running. But I don't know for sure what that red light means. So I'm going to turn it on and see what happens with just those four RAM slots. See if they work at all. For all I know, it could be either bad RAM slots or bad RAM, so we'll find out. Now if it boots just off of these, I can assume that maybe one of these are busted. Guess we'll find out.
We're going to shut down again. And I'm going to install these one by one and turn on the server every time and see what happens. So one by one, we'll see if there's any errors. So I'm going to unplug this and plop it in again. So give me a second. Still reading 16 gigs. Huh. Alright. Shut down again.
Alright, next order of business. It appears that these slots are not working. Now, I don't know if that's because they need to be populated for all of them to work, or if they're in a group like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these all out and just install these four and turn it on and see what happens. So give me a second and I'll be back when it's done. Alright, let's plug it in. Uh-oh, something's happening here. So it's shut off completely. Now it looks like this dim stick wasn't responding, or it had a red light. So I'm going to take this one out of the working one, known working, because it was working on those slots, and see what happens. One second. Alright, now let's turn it on, see what happens. Ah, interesting. Let's see, it's ramping up. Could this be a failed stick? Guess we're about to find out.
Okay, so it's reading the 16 gigs. So, my theory is, yep, now those four are populated and these aren't. My theory is that this one's busted. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to install one of these and these last three and see what happens. Alright, so, like I said, this stick is going to go in along with three of these. You know, now thinking back at it, I believe there's a red light for each of the DIMM slots, and a red light indicates whether one is not working. And if one doesn't work in the section, the entire section doesn't work, is what I'm assuming. Not being well read on this. Alright, let's plug it in. Let's see what happens. On you go. Ah, 24 gigs. Means that there's two slots available now. Huh. Very, very interesting. What I imagine is happening is, since one of them is 1 gig and it's not matching the 4 gig, it's not allowing it to use one of the slots. I'd imagine. So there's no red light. It appears like all these are working, but since they're not matching sticks, it's not going to let 2 slots be used, 2 DIMMs. At least I imagine so. Since they're varying brands, or varying sizes, and maybe speeds. Alright, let me close this up. Alright, so I guess in conclusion, I'm just going to have to email the guy about this. Imagine this stick is busted, for sure. But at least there's 24 gigs rather than 4 gigs, which is, I guess, a nice trade-off. So, let's take a peek outside. Actually, let's go outside. It's a little loud in here. It's a nice day. A lot of snow. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like the content, subscribe. There's probably going to be more where that comes from. Obviously, if I get a replacement stick, I'm going to do another video on it. Also, I'd like to experiment with a hypervisor on there. If anyone wants to give me a nice tip on how I should clone the operating system and the current RAID array that I have on there and put it on a hypervisor so I can run other operating systems at the same time, it'd be really, really well appreciated. I guess just comment on the thread, something like that. I'll take a peek. Yeah, thanks for watching.